Thanks for staying with us here on the AM Report. Now, a preliminary report into an alleged plan to assassinate Western Cape Deputy Judge President Patricia Goliath has not ruled out the possibility of such a plan. Now, that report, which names Western Cape Judge President John Hlope, has been handed over to the Minister of Justice. It's the latest controversy to rock the Western Cape Division of the High Court, which has seen a protracted battle between Hlope and Goliath. For more on the story, we're joined now by Zikhona Ndlebe, a research and advocacy officer at Judges Matter. Zikhona, good morning. Thanks so much for your time this morning on the channel. This is the stuff of a Hollywood blockbuster. Tell us about your take on just what we've seen in this preliminary report and these really astounding allegations being made here.
It's once again one of the controversies that are happening in the Western Cape Division of the High Court. And as Judges Matter, we are concerned, to say the least, regarding these allegations against the Western Cape Judge President John Hlope. And we have always advocated for a conduct process within the JSC that ensures that such cases are dealt with timelessly and with the necessary that are dealt with timelessly and as with conduct cases that are dealt with timelessly by the Judicial Service Commission. And we've seen in the past that that has not been happening. If you look at the case of Judge President Hlope, which was lodged with the JSC in 2008 by the Constitutional Court justices, it has also not been resolved at this point in time, and we understand that the tribunal is due to take place in October, and we are hoping that these allegations are resolved timelessly by the JSC.
So why take so long to resolve issues when it comes to judges? Because surely that does not bode well for our judicial process.
It absolutely doesn't bode well with our judicial process, and there cannot be any reason provided by us Judges Matter as to why these cases are taking so long to be resolved by the JSC. And it's a concern, to say the least, again, because the judges are to uphold the law. They are to ensure that the law is applied by the general citizen, and they are supposed to lead by example. And we've seen, looking at this case, this allegation, that is not happening. What is of most concern is the fact that we are living in an era of GBV, gender-based violence, and it is concerning that allegations of this nature are against the Judge President, and they relate to a woman.
Have you seen something like this unfolding before, with allegations of this nature, effectively allegations of trying to kill someone, one judge to another? Has this happened before?
It has never happened before. It is the first time that allegations of this nature have surfaced within the South African judiciary. And we are wondering what the JSC will be doing regarding these allegations.
So what happens now? The report has been handed over to the Minister of Justice, who no doubt will do its own investigation. The ministry will do its own investigation. How does the process happen from now on?
So with the Minister of Justice, Crispin Phiri, who is the spokesperson of the Office of the Minister, has advised that the report has been handed to SAPS and the State Security Agency. But now, because this is a judge and the JSC is supposed to deal with these cases, the JSC has not provided any information as to how this case is going to be handled. But one would expect that a formal complaint is laid with the JSC, either by the Deputy Judge President, relating to these allegations of an alleged assassination on her. And once that happens, the JSC has to conduct an investigation into the allegations. And once that has been done, the JSC will inform the JCC that the allegations are of a serious nature, and the JCC, if it finds that these allegations, there is merit to the allegations, it will then report that a judicial conduct tribunal must be convened to further probe into these allegations. And it is the JCT, the Judicial Conduct Tribunal, that will make a recommendation and finding on these allegations. And that recommendation and findings will go to the full JSC.
Yeah.
The JSC will look at that report of the JCT and determine whether these are impeachable. It is an impeachable gross misconduct, which it should be if it is proven. And an impeachment process.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zikhona, sorry to interrupt you there. Besides the fact that this might mean an impeachment process, surely a criminal process will also follow if it happens that investigations reveal these allegations to be true.
Definitely, a criminal process will have to follow, and at this point in time, that is in the hands of the Minister of Justice.
Yeah. In the meantime, the work of Judge President John Hlope and the Deputy Judge President Patricia Goliath, does their work separately, does it continue?
At this point in time, it does continue, but it's not as if nothing can be done in the meantime, but that is once again up to the Judicial Service Commission. Yep. So what can be done, as we've seen in the case of Judge Mutata, he was placed on special leave. But as you might have heard at the beginning of this year, when the allegations by Patricia, the Deputy Judge President, lodged a complaint with the JSC, there were various concerns that the Judge President should not be sitting as a judge and he should be suspended. And that is something that is possible, but that is something that is possible on the advice of the JSC to the President. And
that hasn't happened. And that hasn't happened to date.
To date, that has not happened. To date, we have not heard anything from the JSC. Yeah. And that is also a concern. We would have expected that at least a statement has been published by the JSC.
Absolutely. It is bizarre to think that business might continue as usual. Thanks so much for your time this morning, Zikhona, on the AM report. Zikhona Ndlebe is a research and advocacy officer at Judges Matter as we continue to unpack this latest controversy at the Western Cape Division of the High Court.